Guys, welcome back. WoodwardSports.com. Super Bowl ratings are in. Highest in 6 years.
Super Bowl Sunday?
For this game. Super Bowl Sunday. 113 million viewers is the most viewers this game has had in 6 years. It is also the most streamed Fox Sports event. It is the most watched, third most watched TV show ever. How about that? 113 million viewers.
Not bad, huh?
That's pretty good. You know, the Super Bowl has been down over the last few years. 101 million TV, 96.4 million TV, 101 million.
Yeah. I wonder what happened with that 96.
I don't know. It was Super Bowl 55. Super Bowl 55 between the Bucks and the Chiefs.
It was a lousy game. I bet you that's why people tuned out
Tom Brady,
on it.
Patrick Mahomes.
But it was a lousy game.
Yeah, I mean, maybe. I mean, I don't know.
Remember, it really was not a game.
But then don't you still tune in for the initial?
Yeah.
And then you find out it's a bad game. But so that means the numbers still should have, I guess, been there at some point. Yeah.
I know Rihanna's halftime show beat the 113 million. She did 115 million.
118 million. Yeah, 118 million for Rihanna.
Wild thoughts, baby. Wild thoughts. I mean, at the end of the day, you look at the Super Bowl. I think some of it has to do with, you got to look at the market. Philly's one of the bigger markets in the NFL.
Yeah, Detroit came in fourth.
I saw that. They came in, I think Cincinnati was third. Detroit was fourth. Kansas City, huge team. These are top meter local markets for Super Bowl.
How about that?
Kansas City number one, of course. Philadelphia number. I actually thought Philly would be number one.
I am shocked
by
that.
Think 6 years ago you said the Super Bowl was Philly was in that.
Yeah.
There you go. Back there's Philly again.
Philly,
but I am shocked that Philadelphia. Well, I guess that's maybe the way they do that. Top metered local markets. Philadelphia has more people, so more people have more options. But nonetheless, how about Detroit in there? Just after the two teams that played in there, and then Cincinnati.
Those are all great football towns.
Yeah.
Think about that. All five of those are great football towns. You got KC, Philly, Cincy, Detroit, and Pittsburgh.
Joey Two Times says, I was told the ratings for the Super Bowl were in decline. They were. Just read you the numbers. 101 million, 96 million, 101 million, 101 million. This was the exception.
It was. It's interesting to see
It's a good bounce back.
Interesting to see the Detroit fans on there. Like, Detroit fans believe they're going to the Super Bowl soon.
We're starving.
Like, Detroit fans are tuned in. They believe that Detroit fans think they could have beat the Eagles. And they think they could have been in there and played against Mahomes. Like, it's funny listening to. Is there too much optimism for Detroit fans coming into this 2023 season?
Not enough.
No. It's part of being a sports fan.
Yep, not enough.
It's too much optimism. And let me tell you why I say it's too much. Everything I've said on the show, I said they're my team in the NFC. I'm supporting the Lions now. I'm on the train with you guys. I talk about what they are. I'm more logical than you guys, but I'm on the train. I like the draft capital. I like the players. I like the structure that's been put in place. I like Dan Campbell. I like the growth. I like a lot of the young players. I like it. But I'm listening to Spencer. Shout out to the heavyweights. I'm listening to Spencer yesterday talking about the 9th best odds per MGM Sportsbook for the Detroit Lions to win the Super Bowl. They have the 9th best odds. Spencer said that wasn't high enough. And this is why I ask, are Detroit fans being too optimistic without having done anything yet? 9th. And they didn't go to the playoffs last year. 14 teams go to the playoffs. They weren't one of them. But they're ranked 9th based off what we perceive them to be this upcoming year. That's damn good. But for Spencer, it was not enough. And I don't know if it's because he shaved his facial hair, but whatever is making him say it's not enough, I think all Lions fans feel like that. They didn't make the playoffs last year. Yes, they finished.
Yeah, we did.
Yes, they finished.
We won our playoff
Yes,
game.
they finished 8-0. That's called a consolation prize. They finished 8-2 out of 10 games. They had an amazing run. They played damn good down that stretch. But at the end of the day, you still got to get into the dance before you're perceived as a playoff team. So I just would urge Lions fans push back just a little bit. I think they're on the right track for sure.
Yeah,
but don't put them in the big dance before they get to the playoffs.
See, I wouldn't put them in the Super Bowl, but I would put them with anybody else to have a shot at
They
it.
could win the NFC.
They could absolutely win the NFC. I wouldn't.
AFC is another story.
Yeah, I wouldn't sit here and tell you that the Lions are going to be in the Super Bowl next year, but I absolutely believe they're going to win their division next year. I absolutely believe they have a chance to win home field advantage next year. I will absolutely tell you that they can win every single game that they play next year. I feel like that. I wouldn't say I'm not saying they're going 17-0 and going to host the NFC Championship game and make it to the Super Bowl, but they can win every game they play next year.
I don't have not the Kansas City Chiefs game. I don't have a problem with everything you said. Everything you said is within the realm of
hangover, by the way. Super Bowl hangover.
They still got Patrick Mahomes. Relax. Everything you said, I'm cool with. But when Spencer tells me, man, they got the 9th best odds, I feel disrespected. They should be at least higher.
Well, that's ridiculous.
Thank you. That's what I'm talking about. What you said, I'm fine with that.
Listen to me.
I have no problem.
Listen
Spencer,
to me.
you're tripping.
Look. Rebuilding since '57.
Right.
One playoff win since '91.
And
we have every right to right now get on our soapbox, stand tall, and say, yeah, we're here. And we're here to stay because we got how many picks out of the top 80?
5.
We're coming, man.
Man, I know you're coming, and I love that. All that's fine. The Detroit Lions are coming. I agree with you on that. But don't sit here and tell me they're going to win the Super Bowl today. And you haven't even been to the playoffs in the last 7 years. My big thing with
Cincinnati wasn't.
Guess what?
Look what they did last year.
You don't have Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase. Okay, that's two different.
Not yet, we don't.
Joe Burrow is right now considered the second best quarterback in the NFL. Me and you agree on that.
Yeah.
So don't do that.
Maybe third behind Jalen.
I would actually, speaking of the Lions and the expectations, I feel like Braylon actually today, guys, with my earpiece, because my earpiece fell out, so I feel like Braylon a little bit
Mine
today.
hasn't fallen out one day.
No, I know. I guess I could take it out. I really don't need it. The thing about, I would be actually disappointed if they just made the playoffs next year.
Right.
I mean, if they just made it as a wild card road playoff game, I would be totally disappointed. I think they absolutely. My bare minimum for this football team is to win the division and host one playoff game next year. That's my bare minimum.
Right.
So I think it's well within reason to be the 4th best NFC odds. Philadelphia, San Fran. And I don't even know about Dallas. If they get a quarterback. I don't even know about Dallas.
You still got to put them up there just
But Dallas is up there. You already got Micah Parsons talking about how the Super Bowl is going to go through Dallas.
Don't sleep on the Giants. Yeah, he's already recruiting. He's recruiting Calais Campbell.
Right.
Don't sleep on the Giants.
Hey, by the way, yesterday, so the odds came out, right? Yeah. Did you see where Atlanta was? I think Atlanta had the 3rd worst odds of anybody next year. And Atlanta,
like their coach,
if it's not Baltimore, Atlanta is the odds-on favorite to get Lamar Jackson. Wouldn't you?
They were in every game last year.
I know they were in every game last year. And if Lamar Jackson doesn't play for the Ravens, it's widely thought of that he's going to play for the Atlanta Falcons next year.
Take odds now.
Why wouldn't you? I mean, 3rd best odds, or 3rd worst odds to win the Super Bowl next year in the NFC. Because throw a little something down on the Falcons.
Yeah, he had all that with the Baltimore Ravens and couldn't get there. Ain't a chance in hell he getting there with the Falcons.
I don't know, man. The NFC.
Hey, Cordero Patterson. They got
the running back / kick returner / wide receiver. Yes, he's amazing.
And they got themselves a good running back last year as well. Tyler Algier. That kid played out of his head.
And you have Evan. And you got you have the receiver Drake London. So you got Drake London. You have tight end. What's up, T-Foss?
Mark Andrews. Or no.
Not Mark Andrews.
Kyle Pitts.
You got some. I kind of forgot about some players on that roster.
They got some decent guys.
It isn't the easiest winning. The division that probably could be one of the easiest this year at freaking NFC South.
That's what I'm saying.
I mean, I'm starting to come around to what you're saying.
I got you.
I think I'd bet him to win the South.
Huh?
I should bet him. If there's a bet right now open, I should throw a few bucks on him to win the South.
You might
at least.
You might want to pause on that because
I wouldn't do that to win the South.
Derek Carr might be entering the South with the New Orleans Saints. I'm just saying.
He might be.
That might be your bet right there, New Orleans Saints.
Yeah, they might be.
But Braylon, your original question: Are we putting too much stock into next year? I say no. I think this is why you're a sports fan.
Yeah.
To be this excited about your football team. When's the last time you were this excited about a Lions football team from start to finish?
Last year.
I mean, but not really. I mean, nobody really thought other
you
than
said
me.
10 wins.
Other than me.
Yeah.
But I think and I was the outlier. People were clown emoji.
Nah, don't worry about those people.
But I mean, even you guys were like, you really want to say that on the air? 10 wins.
You're absolutely right.
Even you guys. So
yeah,
you were red hot last year.
I
red
was
hot.
And just the point about it is like I feel like everybody believes they're only going up. Without an injury, I think they are only going up. They're only going to improve this team. They're a young football team that is going to get better in the offseason. If they don't add a player,
right,
they're going to be better by virtue of their rookies and second-year guys.
And free agents to be.
Yeah, I understand.
I'm telling you, that's a good class out there.
Yeah,
I understand that. I think for me, I'm just trying to tell Lions fans that
don't pee on us.
I'm not peeing on you at all. I'm telling you, manage your expectations. Because all I'm hearing is Lions fans think they're going to win the Super Bowl. If the Lions get home field advantage, win a playoff game, and then lose in the second round, I don't want Lions fans crying. That's a hell of a year.
Oh, I'm going to cry.
That's a hell of a year.
Oh, no, I'll cry.
I'm not saying crying in terms of, like, disappointment. I'm saying crying in defeat. Oh, my God, they were supposed to win it all. Don't be that guy. Like, be crying, like, cry because they lost. Don't cry because you thought they should have won the Super Bowl.
Well, how about I'll cry if they lose the division?
You deserve to cry then.
Yes.
You deserve to cry then. It's going to be tougher than you think in this division this year, though.
It's Vikings and them.
Don't sleep on Green Bay.
Oh, no, they're done.
Don't sleep on Green
Bay with or without Aaron Rodgers?
With Aaron Rodgers.
Without.
Yeah, I think he's gone. I do. I think, and he's in the
retreat is up.
It starts right now.
No,
he just got off with Pat McAfee.
Yeah, he's just doing it today, right?
Yep, he just got off with Pat McAfee. It now starts.
Yes.
Oh, okay, I thought
it's really interesting what's going to happen there. I don't see a scenario that he goes back to play for Green Bay. I don't think they want him back.
You saw him walk off the field last year?
For a reason.
It's over.
It's over in Green Bay. There's no doubt in my mind. What happens from here?
And I'm sad for that because I loved that era of Packers. I just loved the big game feel, the Lambeau Field.
The 425 Packer games.
I loved them. Yeah. I absolutely looked forward to them. There's nothing like watching a game at Lambeau. Nothing like it.
Everybody complains about the Dallas Cowboys being the team that consistently lets you down. They're America's team, although they get in the playoffs, they lose first round. They don't make the playoffs. They get in the playoffs and they do dumb stuff like the game against the 49ers last year where they mismanage the clock and, you lose. Nobody ever talks about Green Bay. You bring up that era. Green Bay has a decade-plus long run of disappointment. Like, they're worse than the Cowboys to me, but the Cowboys, because you talk about them all the time.
Great regular season, though.
Green Bay is a great regular season team. They suck in the playoffs.
They did.
They suck in the playoffs.